I'm going to be confused when I post these. The people in purple in a row, just like that.
This time this is going to get recorded, right?
This time I'll try. Well, it got recorded last time. This time it's going to get published.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. The claim I'm going to be refuting tonight is that the media in the United States is causing teen pregnancy to become widely accepted in today's society. This claim was supported by two secondary claims. Reality and fictional shows portray teen pregnancy as a way to get famous, and since the media is a leading role in educating the younger generation, it should help teens realize that teen pregnancy is wrong. The first response that I will be tackling is the main claim. The media in the United States is causing teen pregnancy to become widely accepted in today's society. The first problem is that the term widely accepted is extremely vague, making much of this claim fall into the fallacy of ambiguity. The term needs to be defined so that the audience understands what is being argued and if it's supposed to have a positive or negative connotation to the argument. The next problem with the claim was that the speaker's burden of proof was to show in the beginning of the speech that some causality exists. The speaker needed to show that there is a connection between the media and teen pregnancy becoming accepted to efficiently begin arguing this claim. Next, I will be tackling the first secondary claim. Reality and fictional shows portray teen pregnancy as a way to get famous. It was argued that shows like 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom are nationalized on MTV don't show the real struggles of being a young parent. The first problem is that there was no evidence to support this claim. Specific instances were not given to show that MTV is only focusing on the getting famous aspect instead of showing real struggles of being a young parent. A counterclaim to this claim was in an article published in the New York Times, Fighting Teenage Pregnancy with MTV Stars as Exhibit A. Jan Hoffman wrote how many people are using MTV's 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom to portray the struggles of being a young parent. Hoffman reports that public school health educators, church group leaders, clinic nurses, social workers, and parents are using the shows to prompt discussion about sex education, family and romantic relationships, and shattered dreams. Hoffman also states that one school teacher who uses the show in her classes sees how the programs portray the hardships of being a young parent. MTV's teenage mothers try to manage school, sick babies, sleep deprivation, rent, errant boyfriends, and review glimpses of their carefree lives. Next, it was argued that girls are getting paid $60,000 to be on the show, and having dramatized stories will get pregnant girls a spot on the show. First, there is no and therefore unreliable author behind the quote given that girls are being paid $60,000 to be on the show. The Week magazine's website, where the information was from, only states girls are reportedly paid upwards of $60,000 with no author behind the report. Another problem was lack of evidence showing that the girls with dramatized stories will get on the show. Next, I'll be responding to the final secondary claim that since the media is a leading role in educating the younger generation, it should help teens realize that teen pregnancy is wrong. First, with the word should, this is a policy claim, and with the word wrong, this is a value claim. Therefore, it is not a claim of fact. Next, while the first quote given showed that the media educates the younger generation, no evidence was given that explains that the media is not educating teens on preventing being pregnant at a young age. Instead, it only clarified that the first part of the secondary claim is true. Next, it was argued that not enough articles, shows, and magazines are showing the true side of being pregnant at such a young age, or even how to prevent it. Through music, television shows, and other media outlets, we don't see enough facts, but we only see myths. First, there was no evidence given to support that the media is not showing the true side of being pregnant at a young age. Contrary to this claim, public service announcements, which informed the public about safety and health information, community services, or public affairs, were released on May 4, 2011, featuring 4 of the girls from Teen Mom. The PSAs offer personal viewpoints on becoming pregnant from the mothers, and at the end of each, one of the girls states to get more information on how to protect yourself, visit stayteen.org. Stayteen.org is run by the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy. This organization was founded in 1996 and continues to provide more education to teens, parents, and young adults in their 20s that encourages them to take sex and pregnancy seriously, stresses personal responsibility and respectful relationships, and includes extensive information about contraception. They also work with the entertainment media, and through over 100 partnerships with top media outlets in television, print, and the internet, the national campaign works with media leaders to prevent prevention messages into the content of their work. Also, PSAs are aired after and during episodes of the fictional television show The Secret Life of American Teenager on ABC Family, which focuses on the relationships between families and friends and how they deal with an unexpected teen pregnancy. The PSAs give quick information about teen pregnancy and also a website they can go on to visit more information, which is stayteen.org. This evidence shows that the media is educating teens about teen pregnancy. So upon looking at the lack of evidence, unreliable sources, deficient reasoning to prove the connections between the secondary claims and major claims, and claims to the contrary of the speaker's claims, the speech was ineffective in proving that the media is causing teen pregnancy to become widely accepted in today's society.
All right, I like the summary at the end telling us what the whole point of your comparison was, and in making a declarative position on the advocate's claim, I thought you did a good job on that. On the individual points, everything is signposted very clear and it's easy to follow. I thought you did a nice job challenging the advocate's evidence in a couple of spots. Definitely the shortage of evidence, for instance, I think is pointed out pretty directly. I thought the one challenge on the $60,000 payments, that's really kind of a press. The fact that they don't have an author for the article, or they don't have any factual data on it per se, I'm not sure undermines the validity of that evidence. I think the stronger challenge on that is the notion that girls would seek pregnancy in order to get $60,000. And, you know, there I think is a huge inference being made by the advocate here that that's the kind of thing that's going on, that they're lured into this by the promise of money. And I think there are stronger arguments on this than that particular press. So that was the only spot that I thought was kind of a weakness in your argument, despite the fact that the advocate's argument had some problems on it. I thought you did a very good job on the other issues, pointing out the absence of evidence. And, in fact, on that last issue, where there's this whole presupposition by the advocate that there's not enough that's being done to counter the desire to do this, you, in fact, show that the advocate didn't really show that there's a lack of information, and in fact you should suggest that there is a substantial amount of information available, that there are PSAs that do this, that the very shows that they're talking about promote this kind of thing. You've got a good illustration on the first point that does exactly the same thing, and I like the way that you use that information to support kind of a contrary conclusion on this issue. All right, thank you.